Yes, my name is Mbaji Gole. I'm the commercial manager for Agrikima Limited. And today we are here to talk about antimicrobial resistance, being joined by all these leading stakeholders in the industry. We are the leading manufacturer of natural animal health solutions. Agrikima basically focuses on natural solutions. Again, the challenge is the responsiveness of the medication, the tools that we have to respond to emerging diseases. They are increasingly becoming ineffective. Reason, misuse, and or overuse of antimicrobial, including antibiotics. So as Agrikima, in response to this burden, we invested heavily, and we still are investing heavily in research and development around natural solutions, organic, what we call herbal, to come up with innovative solutions that will address the question of food safety. Our solutions are very unique to the extent that when I tell you today we have a solution for gumboro, it is not something that, and especially for the practitioners, it's not something that will easily find acceptance, especially in the local market. Why? Because some of these challenges have been known not to have a solution before. In fact, you are just told to manage, and if that management doesn't work, even the practitioner would advise you, slaughter these birds before you lose the entire flock. And so, because it wasn't going to be easy to have those solutions accepted locally, we have spent the last 2 years trying to have these products into the market so that farmers and practitioners are able to interact with them and be able to establish their effectiveness. As I stand here, we can say with confidence that our solutions are working, and they are addressing our farmers' day-to-day pain points, and at a cost-effective rate. Maybe to bring this problem closer, what are we seeing there? A chicken and a cow, possibly a dairy, and a pig. What are they carrying? Drugs. Who gave them the drug? The farmer. Not you, though. It is the farmer. It's not us. None of us here. Now, they have these drugs. And apparently, these are the same products that will end up in our dining tables. Why? Because we have not withdrawn. Out of the 60 of us seated here, only 5 have. So 90% of the food or animal products ending up on our table, be it eggs, broiler meat, pork, milk, beef, there are chances that it will have these drugs. Because what you give to that bird is what they will give us back. Why that? Why that? Because you are a farmer, you are in business. Yeah? Now, here is a case. Your birds are laying. You've done all that you could have done. Proper brooding and all that. The birds have started laying. Several weeks later, they started laying. Remember, you have been investing without anything back. Imefika mahali ndo ameanza kutaga, na wewe ndio umeona shilingi. Si tumesema one of the objectives hapa ni wapi? Now, shilingi imeanza kuingia, ugonjwa ndio. Si unakimbia kwa daktari, na anakuambia tumia hii itakusaidia. Yes, anapokupatia atakwambia nenda upeane, lakini withdraw for 5 days, 7 days, 14 days, sometimes even 21 days. Now, what does withdrawal mean? It means you don't sell those eggs. Neither do you consume those eggs. Kama hukuli na huuzi, what do? It means you throw them. Our withdrawal sounds a very nice and fancy word. But it actually means we throw those eggs. Wanajua hiyo uchungu ya hiyo chakula vile umengangana. Wanajua vile umeenda Equity Bank umengangana kuchukua loan unafaa kulipa. They're telling you today to throw. But wanaweka in a fancy way, withdraw. Does anyone understand the pain of the farmer? Possibly not. Otherwise, we wouldn't be told to withdraw. As Agrikima, we felt with our expertise and investment in science and innovation, we could be part of this solution so that we work with you and come up with an answer. And that is why we are here today. These are the gaps that have been in the market, and we felt we could be the champion to addressing this solution. So we wanted to pioneer this space. We always believe no one has a monopoly of science. We believe competition will come. They will join us. But it's for a good cause. For us, we are leading the way, and we cannot do it alone. We want to journey with you because we understand the pain of the farmer. But to tell you that we understand this one even better, I know that anything herbal, anything natural, has always been perceived to be expensive, costly, right? Anything herbal, and all of us who are using herbal products for our own consumption, let alone the animals, have been spending quite a lot to buy those products. And perhaps when the word natural, herbal comes into mind for your animals, you probably think it's the same way. Not so with Agrikima, because we understand the pain of the farmer. Our products are not only innovative, they are cost-effective, but also easy to use. But they always say prevention is better than cure. Why wait to treat? Why not prevent? We are in business. And for us to be in business, it means one, or rather, we have to make profit, right? How do you make profit? You have to increase your revenue, while you cut down on your cost. So the gap between your revenue and the cost is what we call profit. Let me tell you where the danger is for waiting to treat. One, by the time you are responding, chances are, when there's an infection, because it comes with stress, it gives the bird stress. So your production goes down. Your laying capacity. If the birds were laying 90%, it will go down to 60, sometimes even below that. Si mayai huwa inashuka wakati kuna magonjwa. That's loss number one, because it means your revenue is dipping. Number two, utaenda kwa your vet. Ama utampigia simu. Ata kuprescribia madawa. Au madawa utapata bure. That's cost number two. Yes. So your production imeenda chini. Kama ulikuwa na tray 10 unapata 5. Then you are adding a cost. Not to mention the emotional cost. Because this is your investment and you're watching it go down the drain. It comes with an emotional cost. If you are working and this is your part-time, you can't concentrate where you are working. Why? Because you are losing at home. So if you put together all those costs, it is too expensive to treat. And worse still, if there is mortality. If the birds are actually dying, it worsens the cost. Now, put together all those costs. You have invested in feed, in water, in labor, in utilities such as electricity and all that. Now the birds are actually dying. You're not only losing the eggs production, you are also losing the birds themselves. It means you go back and start from day-old chicks. Put put that cost together, would you compare with the cost of prevention? Now, our products, with the natural nature of our products, it means you can be able to prevent and minimize the disease burden. That means you are not only managing your cost input, but you're also managing your revenue, because by prevention, it means your productivity goes to optimal levels. By working with us, you are guaranteed that you have the right partner to give you the business objective that you are looking out for. So today, you are at the right place. 1.27 million people die annually in the world, but that's a figure out there. Closer home, it means for every 10 samples you pick in the market, the pork, 9.8 of that is actually infected with a high level of bacteria. Name them, the Staphylococcus, the Salmonella, and all that. And a similar amount, closer to a similar amount, of poultry products is contaminated with bacteria. The same bacteria we are talking about. Now, what is even disturbing? Out of that 98% bacteria, 38.5, close to 40%, they were actually multi-drug resistant. Multi-drug resistant. Let's interpret it. That for every 10 samples of pork you pick from the market, and I want us to interpret this together. For every 10 samples of poultry product, pork product you pick from the market, close to 4 of them have bacteria that is multi-drug resistant. And it doesn't respond to bacteria, to antibiotics. What does that mean? That as you take them, there is no remedy. Yes. But where is this pork coming from? In Kenya, we consumed 395 tons of antibiotics. Tons. Yani, 395,000 kgs of antibiotics for animals peke yake. It's a big business. Now, how much of that went into our bodies? This is where the challenge of resistance to antibiotics stems from. The worst thing is the misuse and or overuse of these antibiotics. So yes, 395 tons of antibiotics consumed every year in animals alone. And then we have not withdrawn. Isn't this the same animal? And these the same animals ending up here? But the temptation sometimes is, oh no, I am just a farmer. Once this product is out, I go sell there. And it's up to them to take care of themselves, right? There's always that temptation, because we feel sometimes you can avoid it. Let me give you this scenario. How many of us love eggs? 1, 2, 3. Everybody, everybody loves eggs. So imagine that favorite omelette for breakfast in the morning. That boiled egg. Probably think I don't take eggs, so I am okay. What about that birthday cake for you and your loved ones? These things are not consumed in the moon. They are with us every moment we come together to share a meal. And one thing I have been brought out to believe, that in Africa, when we come together to share a meal, it is not just about the stomach. It's a moment to share a connection, to share love. So we are in business, but for our purpose. We have a bigger mission to make this world a better place. So we've come in with natural solutions to close this gap. Our products, as I've mentioned, are quite cost-effective, easy to use, and they serve a real pain point for you, our farmers, and the general market. Uniqueness of our product is the fact that there are no solutions that are addressing what you are addressing today. If they will come, it is later. As of today, there's no one locally with a similar solution. So we are unique and we are leading the pack. Maybe to look at what you go through every day, the disease burden. We have the viral infections, which I think when they come, it sends panic to everybody. You feel like your whole investment is going down. The bacterial infections, quite a number of them. We've had issues around Salmonella, E. coli, yeah? Parasitic infections, fungal infections. Those are just broad categories. But we could mention just a little bit of the viral infections. Now, from what we have, viral infections, which one is the most ferocious? Ile ukisikia unasema bas. So Newcastle is the worst one. Bacterial, which one is more prevalent here? Coryza, yes, coryza has become very common nowadays. Yeah? Which other one? E. coli? Mayai inavunjikia ndani. And then the other one is coccidiosis, parasitic. Very common, right? How do we manage this? Prevention, we said prevention is better than cure. One is biosecurity, right? And these are things we have learned every single day. Kenchik and other players in the market, distributors of animal health products, have been holding seminars and trainings, and you've been taught about these things over and over again, right? There's probably nothing new. When you're talking about disinfection, avoiding keeping pets near you where your chickens are, keeping visitors away, if there's an outbreak, you don't vaccinate because perhaps the virus is already under incubation. Proper disposal of dead birds, all in, all out stocking policy, buying your feeds from reliable sources. These are things that we all know, right? Or at least you have a vet near you who you can consult on vaccination. We have had instances where there's a failure in vaccination. And many times it's not because the vaccine is bad. It's because perhaps of the handling, right? We all know the vaccine has to be kept in certain temperature levels. And when that cold chain system is interrupted, you find the effectiveness of that vaccine gets compromised. We all know the type of water to be used during vaccination. But after doing all this, sometimes the vaccine fails. What is the fallback? Antibiotics. Unfortunately, with the vaccine, when a vaccine didn't work, it is not almost impossible to tell that it has not worked until you have been struck by a disease. It's always good to have a vet around you. You can consult and also buy these vaccines from reliable outlets. But when there's a failure, when the biosecurity has not worked, what is the way forward? And we felt this is where we can come in. I will take you through some of the products that we have and the challenges they address. And one of these products is called Advise. Nani ameona hii product mahali? Now, Advise is an antiviral. And I know for the longest time, it has been believed that viral infections do not have a solution. From our R&D, this product for the last 2 years in the market has proved to be very effective on viral infections. Guboro, Newcastle, IB. And yes, it is herbal, and you don't require to withdraw. This is made from the extracts of aloe vera, cinnamon, garlic, citric. There are also other herbs from the east, Eschnea, Stagalas, and there's lectin. These are solutions that work. So this is a natural solution that you can use in the management of viral infections in your flock. Where do you use this? One, as you've said, in the management when there's an infection, but also when there's an outbreak in your neighborhood. You said you cannot vaccinate, right? The only thing you can do is to improve your biosecurity. Why can't you vaccinate? Because the virus may already be in the bud in an incubation stage. And most of them are the very common one. Ginger, garlic, eucalyptus is also one herb from the east called yucca extract. It is a very good remedy for mycoplasmosis, mycoplasma. This is a postmortem. Now, this is a case that was done here. This was a PM. This was a vet doing a PM. Hiyo ni nini? Amepasua the. Yes, and this is what is coming out. Yes. Same flock. Kuna mtu ashayepatana na kitu kama hii? Iko common, eh? Ana difficulty ya breathe. Kwa sababu gani? Because of what you've just seen. Yeah? Imejaa kwa koo. It's like mucus, eh? But it's clogged the windpipe. Yeah? So they are not able to breathe. Mortality for this was 400 birds every day. 400 birds. This is a daktari in Thika. Yes. So these are the challenges that you go through. And imagine when you are given an antibiotic, you are told to withdraw. Yes. So we have come up with this solution. It's called Mix 5. Yes. What the video we just shown, birds having difficulty in breathing, and when they did the postmortem, the air pipe was blocked because of that mucus that has more or less become solid. So this is just an honey for Mix 5, so that
to make bronchial secretion. Mix 5. Nutritional supplement. Relieves respiratory symptoms. Strongest effect on respiratory system. Effective in respiratory problems and aims to make bronchial secretion easier. Mix 5 has been specially crafted to counteract respiratory infections, such as mycoplasma infections, and mitigate their adverse effects. The product's unique composition comprises ingredients known for their antimicrobial and immune-boosting properties, creating a powerful defense against mycoplasma. Induced damage. Composition. Description. Mix 5 is effective in respiratory problems and aims to make bronchial secretion easier to propel by ciliary action or to expel by coughing. Mix 5 has 4 types of herbal extracts: eucalyptus, menthol, yucca, ginger and cinnamon, which are natural component for respiratory problems. Agrikema proudly presents Mix 5, an innovative solution designed to address the challenges posed by mycoplasma infections in poultry. Mycoplasma, a group of bacteria-like microorganisms, can severely impact animal health, leading to reduced production. Indications. Mix 5 is recommended for prevention and help in treatment of respiratory problems of different etiology. Besides this, it helps in stages of difficult respiration by many causes: respiratory illness, hot and dusty air in farm, animal overpopulation in object. Mix 5 solution contains 5 extracts: It knows antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory effect. But the strongest effect is on respiratory system that helps for better and easier respiration, alleviates content from respiratory system. Mix 5 reduce the undesirable effects of post-vaccination reaction, diminish contamination of drinking water, and alleviate heat stress, increase thermal sensation of freshness. Dosage. Poultry, 250 milliliters per 1,000 liters of drinking water, 3 to 4 days. Pigeon, 1 milliliters per 5 liters of drinking water, 3 to 4 days. Sheep, cattle, cows, 100, 200 milliliters per 10 liters drinking water, 2 to 4 times a day.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's mix 5. And as you have seen, it can not only be used in poultry, but also in other animals. Again, for respiratory issues. This is how the package would look like. You have seen the dosage, but it's always clearly indicated on the package. And also, your veterinarian should be able to advise you on the usage. It has no side effects because they are purely natural.